Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
You are listening to 103.0 Radio Vaughn, and this is Stephen Oxner.
This is Stephen MK.
And this is... You're listening to American in Yerevan. This is an English-speaking show, and we have listeners who listen to us quite often. And you may remember that our last episode was about the big nose. The big nose in Armenia. Well, as it turns out, the Minister of Culture called Radio Vaughn today, and they were quite offended by the episode that we had on Wednesday, and so they're closing American in Yerevan. This is our last episode.
We're kind of sad, but we'll try to be happy because today, it's a special day.
It's a special day. It's a day that we celebrate love and life.
And nose.
And noses. It's April Fool's Day!
Yay!
April Fools!
April Fools.
I hope you didn't believe me, and I hope partly that you did. That was my first joke of the day, and we're going to have many more jokes coming up.
Hey, Steve, you have a booger on your nose.
Oh, come on. Ina. I'm finding out that there are many different interpretations of April Fool's Day, and we've been reading some stories that we will share with you. We would love to hear your stories as well about April Fools. If you had a good prank that was played on you or that you played on a loved one in the past or today, call us 560-901 and tell us your story.
Yay!
We're very excited to be here today on such a special day in Yerevan. You were listening to American in Yerevan with Stephen and MK.
And Ina Oxner.
You're listening to I Kissed a Girl, and I liked it. Did you know, this is a crazy story about that singer, Ben Lonkel Soul.
What is it?
As it turns out, he was born gay. Okay. And then he became heterosexual. You know how a lot of people say, like, oh, when did you become gay? Oh, when I was 14, I had this feeling and I didn't. Yeah. He had the opposite. He always loved men. Then he kissed a girl and he liked it. And he became heterosexual. We have a caller. Hello, Sambel.
Hello.
Hello, Sambel.
Hello, Sambel. Where are you?
Where did you go? He's not. Maybe he'll call us back. Okay, we're gonna wait for just a second. That was a joke by... Maybe that's what he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's prank calling us because it's April Fools.
Oh, the president is calling us.
It's the president. He's calling us. We're having a very silly day today because it is April 1st.
Oh, the president.
April Fool's
Mr.
Day.
President.
Here's the president. Mr. President, hello.
Hello, Mr.
Mr.
President.
Mr. President, you're such a...
Who
yeah,
is
happy 1st of April. Do you have a cold?
Yes.
You have a cold. Okay. I was wondering because your voice sounds a little bit different on the phone here, or at least in my headphones at the studio, from when I hear you give like the speech for New Year's, for example. Your voice sounded quite different.
Yeah,
so,
you sound so young.
Yeah, you sound so young and so full of...
Hello.
Hello.
I'm 10. I'm very young. I'm 10.
You're 10? Oh, come on.
Oh,
This is a joke. You're telling us a joke.
President of Armenia cannot be 10.
We know what day it is.
Do you think I'm the president of Armenia?
Yes. This is the president of Armenia talking to us, giving us a call on this holiday. How are things going?
Today is a holiday, 1st April, or April Fool's Day.
Yes, it's April Fool's Day.
Exactly.
And we're so thankful that you called us. Samvel.
So tell us about what jokes did you make on your friends?
Yeah, did you play any jokes on anyone today?
Yeah, I bought a new clothes, which clothes on fingers, and I will share my friends.
And you told your friends that you had clothes on your fingers?
Yes, I have a clothes.
You have clothes on your finger?
Which clothes?
Which clothes? Oh,
Which clothes on your
okay.
finger? It was a skirt and a blouse made of satin.
I love very, very much.
Oh. And did your friends believe you? Did your friends believe that this was...
My friend scared.
They were very scared.
Oh, you were wearing witch clothes. Okay, I got it. Okay, so, and what did you do at school?
At school?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
No jokes at school?
No jokes at school?
No,
Did
no,
any of your
no
teachers?
jokes,
Hey,
no
there's
jokes.
this classic one. You color the seat of your teacher
With the chalk? Yeah.
and then the
no,
seat.
no jokes on teacher.
You didn't play any jokes on your
Okay.
teacher. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
You're so good because in my age, we used to do that all kinds of stuff
Oh,
to
man.
poor teachers.
You did?
Yes.
I never did that. I was never.
It's not right. Scare the teacher or joke on teachers.
Oh, you're so matured, Samvel. You're
I am so glad that you are our president.
What a
You
generation.
were so mature.
Thank you.
You were such a good leader.
Yes, I'm a leader.
Yes,
Yes.
and we can tell.
We have a victory in Russia.
We have a victory in Russia?
Victorina.
Victorina.
A
What is
contest.
Victorina?
I'm a
yes.
winner in my comment.
Wow, good job. You're the winner
Oh, nice, nice,
of
nice.
your Russian language contest at school.
The Russian language contest.
Is
It's
that
all
only in
coming
your
together
school?
Yes?
In your school? In your school? The contest?
Yes, in my school.
now. Yeah, in
Okay,
Russian.
cool.
And
That's
you're the
great.
leader. Amazing.
I bet you will be the winner for English as well because your English is getting better and better every time you call.
Yes, you are a linguist at age 10.
By Russian. It's written by Russian.
Oh, okay. We'll do a Russian-speaking
nice,
show
nice.
someday just for you. But for now, we're going to listen to the song that you requested, Dangerous, by Michael Jackson. Thanks for calling. Keep listening. We're here till 11. But I think you should maybe go to bed. You have a big day tomorrow at the Parliament, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Thanks for calling, Semvel. You're listening to American in Yerevan, which is officially sponsored by Mosaic Sky Restaurant.
Bye-bye.
What's up?
A kiss, a whisper of love.
English?
English.
English?
English. English-speaking show, American in Yerevan.
Yes, that's us. We are American in Yerevan. Well, I am an American in Yerevan. My name is
you?
Ina MK, and I'm sitting here with Stephen.
MK and Ina Oxner. We're
I keep trying to
disclosing.
do that joke, and it keeps not working.
We are discovering
have
a
some
secret tonight. Steven
Yes.
is not an American at all.
I'm not an American. I am actually from
Russia.
Mongolia. But I studied at Princeton, and that's why I have such good English. Yes, I'm from Mongolia, Russia. It's a country you may not have heard about, but it's in the east, Mongolia, Russia. And yes, I was stolen from my parents by some Baptists, and taken to America when I grew up in Alabama. And then I went to Princeton.
your grandma was an Armenian. Tell that.
Then my grandmother she was stolen. We have a long history of kidnapped people. She was stolen from her family in Armenia and taken to Mongolia. Yeah. So she didn't feel like it was such a big problem that I left. I later talked to her. We have good contact now. She's still in Mongolia, Russia.
Is she 120 years old?
Well, she's 119. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Ina,
Happy
have you heard about
birthday.
this show Sigmund and Roy? Sigmund and Roy? Have you
Sounds
heard something
familiar.
about this?
Maybe
So
I've heard
you
it
may have
in
heard about
America.
a famous lion attack on the stage. Yes,
I think
it's
something.
amazing. There are these famous guys, Sigmund and Roy, who have a show that was in Las Vegas for a super long time.
The white
Yeah,
lions.
and they have white lions and
They are
tigers, and they do
gorgeous.
all kinds of tricks with the lions. And really, I think that people get most excited about the way that they communicate with these animals that seem so dangerous to us. Like, we're so afraid of lions and tigers and bears, oh my. But
I'm
these
not.
guys just hang out on the stage with them. Apparently, so in 2003, there was a show that they were having, and on the show, one of these guys, Sigmund, I think he, as they say, had a stroke, and the lion, deciding to help him in this situation, feeling like he was in danger, grabbed him and moved him, and in the process, accidentally severed the artery on his neck,
accidentally ate him.
and he
was
lost a
trying to
bunch of
help
blood.
him.
He stayed alive. They revived the show. Unfortunately, in 2010, they did their last show in Las Vegas. However, fortunately for us, Ina, they are doing a reunion tour, and one of their stops is Armenia.
No way.
Can you imagine this summer, June 23rd, Sigmund and Freud will be performing in Armenia, in Yerevan, and we have free tickets, 2 free tickets. I'm holding right here in my hand
Are they
for the
gonna
next
bring all
caller
the
to come.
lions
Yes,
along with
they're
them?
bringing them with. Can you imagine?
Oh, are
This
they
is
gonna
like the
shrink
craziest,
them
best
to this
news.
little size?
No. They have a very special technique of making sure that they feel safe and warm. You just put them with the luggage in the airplane, but they're
Oh,
bringing
okay.
them. Yeah, they're taking a big world
Cool.
tour. Can you imagine?
That's
What a great
awesome.
reunion. So call us 560-901 to win your tickets to Sigmund
No.
and Roy.
Can I have those tickets?
No.
We don't have any
You
tickets.
can't have them. We have to give them to our next caller.
Where did you get those?
560-901. Shushanik, come on. Who can I get them from?
Okay.
Shushanik is the best boss. I mean, you could ever imagine.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, call 560-901 tonight to get exclusive tickets to the
Sigmund
show.
and Roy.
Oh
that will be
my
on June
goodness.
23rd.
Felt the same.
Listening to the best by Tina Turner.
An Armenian famous singer.
Tina, what's her real
Tina
last name? Tina Turnyan.
Yes.
And her amazing way of expressing how much she loves someone else. And I think it's very fitting that we have this song right before this caller because it's our best caller, the Queen of England. The Queen of England has
Your
called
Majesty,
us. Your Majesty.
the United Kingdom.
How was your lunch?
Great Britain and Northern Ireland. London is the capital of Great Britain. We know that.
We know that. Tell us, how's the weather?
It's rainy.
It's rainy, as always.
Did you have your tea?
Did you have your tea?
I had my tea at 5 p.m.
Oh, 5 p.m. Yes, that's a very good time for tea. And thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know that you have many important things that you're doing.
Mrs. Arakelian, thank you so much.
I had some story to tell about our holiday.
In Northern Ireland, I
In
guess.
Northern Ireland?
No,
Scotland.
in Cardiff, in Wales.
Okay, go ahead.
tell us the story.
We're all
Tell us the
ears.
story.
We're listening to you.
I don't know why you were there, but okay.
You make me laugh. Okay. Today my mother lied me twice. Don't be surprised because my mother is alive.
Oh, your mother.
Yes.
Ex-queen.
Yes.
Is that how that works?
The ex-queen lied me twice. In the morning she said, when I opened my eyes, she said, all the night long it was snowing. All the buildings, the ground, the trees are covered with snow.
Yeah.
I said, how could that be so? And I just wanted
Crazy
to
March.
cry. So I said, should I take all my winter clothes out of that wardrobe again?
And she said yes?
No, she said, be quiet, today is the 1st of April.
Oh. And then the second time? What was the second time?
The second time, in 10 or 15 minutes, I said, Mom.
It only took 15 minutes?
Yes.
Irene, you're so
Irene,
naive.
you are very gullible.
Oh, Miss...
Oh, I mean,
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty. You were quite gullible.
I'm
What was...
old.
Okay, in 15
Don't
minutes.
forget, I'm old.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
So in 10 or 15 minutes, she said, I asked my mother, yesterday evening you promised to make for me a chocolate cake. So did you do that? She said, I put the cake in the stove, and as I was talking on the phone, it was burnt.
Oh, she burnt the cake. Oh. That's terrible. And then she said, April Fools again. It only took 15 minutes.
That's cruel. That's really cruel.
Man, that is a rough life.
Then again in 5 or 10
Again?
minutes, she brought the cake and said, "Eat and don't forget that today's first of it."
So she was trying to protect you. Just in case you meet anyone else today, you have to be careful because they're all trying to trick us.
Oh, moms are
Everyone
so
is the enemy
thoughtful.
today.
Today
Especially
I
the
was
queen's
working-
mom.
Yes,
What?
yes.
Especially the queen's mom are so thoughtful.
And then today I was walking in the street and drama panakon sedina.
A wallet.
Wallet. Thank you.
Here you go. Okay, Queen of United Kingdom has some
forgot
problems
the
with English.
Yes.
Where did you learn
The
that
Queen of
word?
England began to speak Armenian.
This is the day of
Well,
discoveries.
you know what they say. The first people in Great Britain were actually Armenians. The first
There
people
you
who went
go.
there.
So
And they made a replica of Stonehenge, which is in Armenia. The first one is in
So
Armenia.
UK Queen is actually Armenian.
Yes, she's actually Armenian. It makes sense that you're having trouble with your English today.
So
Yeah.
go ahead, don't worry. So you were walking along the
You were
street.
walking along
Along
the
the
street.
street, and a girl, exactly, a wallet fell from a girl's pocket. Really. And the guy says, "Hey, girl, your wallet fell down. Please take it." And she continues walking. The guy says again,
Hey.
"Hey, your wallet fell on the ground. Please take it." She doesn't believe. Then, repeating several times, the guy finally took the wallet and gave it to her, and she says, "Oh, thank you. I just thought you were joking. Thank you."
Because it's April Fools? That's crazy. Well, Irene, since you told us 3 such awesome stories about April Fool's Day, you win 2 free tickets to Sigmund and Roy, which will be on June 23rd.
Thank you.
And it's a world tour of this show with these 2 guys who are on the stage with lions and tigers. Even though one of them has been brutally beaten up by one of them, they're returning
Do you like
to the stage.
lions?
Do you like lions?
Yes.
Oh.
Because
Do you like
they are
to
perfect.
eat?
This is a-
Especially to eat.
I'm judging from your level of enthusiasm that you understand this is the 4th joke of the day. It's actually just 2 free tickets to Moscow Theater Moskva, in Yerevan. And maybe they'll do some kind of show like Sigmund and Roy. Maybe you'll be able to see, like, for example, Superman and Batman. You could go and have that experience, which is very similar to Sigmund and Roy. Right, Ina?
Right. It's almost the same, I think.
So, as usual, Irene, you just let me know how I can get these tickets to whom, and have a great rest of your survival of the next hour and 48 minutes of the day, because you have to be really careful with the rate at which you forget that people are trying to trick you.
Thank you.
Take care, Irene. Thanks
Be
so much
safe.
for calling.
Be safe
Don't
tonight.
be a stranger. Call us back sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of
Yeah.
get absence every day.
We missed you.
I also miss you.
Okay, have a
Take
great
care.
evening.
And have a great rest of your April and this great time that we're having in the springtime. Yes, we have an incredible sponsor. I would just like to say, Mosaic Sky Restaurant is.
Today
it's
we
like
had a
the
story
coolest
about them,
place.
actually.
You have a story. Here we go. Can you tell it in 20 seconds?
Sure.
Yeah,
Today, our chef,
Our
our
chef.
boss, went to Mosaic Sky Restaurant,
Yes.
and she came here. And it wasn't 20 seconds that she was telling about the wonderful
she was telling for a
food they
long
had.
time,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was so awesome.
She showed
So
us
I guess,
pictures.
I guess we'll tell the rest
Yes,
after
when
we
we
have
come
a
back.
break. Yeah.
Don't forget, Mosaic Sky Restaurant on the 17th floor of Elite Plaza, 15 Horonatsi.
Radio One. Official show sponsor of
American in Yerevan.
Hey Ina, have you ever had a dessert cocktail that you ate with a spoon?
No.
Have you ever tried duck breast with picante mashed potatoes, grilled vegetables, and cherry sauce?
No, Steven.
What about sipping wines from across the globe on the 17th floor with a view of both Aragats and Ararat?
No, what is this all about?
We need to go to Mosaic. Mosaic Sky Restaurant, a fusion of views, world cuisine, innovative cocktails, wine pairing, and most importantly, a unique experience.
Mosaic Sky Restaurant on the 17th floor of Elite Plaza at 15 Khorenatsi.
Mosaic Sky Restaurant.
There's a first time for everything.
Nothing. You gave me nothing. You gave me nothing. And now you want it back.
So it's not for nothing that we got a phone call from the Queen of England today, because on April 1st in 1991, the London Times reported a story about the Department of Transportation solving the traffic issue on M25, which is a circular highway which surrounds London. They said that their solution to blocked up traffic in London is going to be that they have a one-way highway. They were going to take the highway that was going in two directions and turn it into a one-way highway that goes in one direction. And on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it was going to go in a clockwise direction. On Tuesday and Thursday, it was going to go in a counterclockwise direction. And they said that not all people were happy about this decision that the Department of Transportation made, because some people on one day would travel 2 miles to go get groceries in another town, and on other days they would have to travel 117 miles.
And people believed them?
Yeah, well, it's actually not so clear if if anyone believed them, but it was a report that they actually published in the London Times in 1991.
You know, Stephen, we have callers and we have riders on our page complaining that this is our last show.
This is our last show because we are very. It's unfortunate that the Minister of Culture decided to call Shushanik today, because I have a lot of fun with you and I have a lot of fun on the show here, and I think that it's important for people to hear English and not just Russian all the time. If it's going to be a different language from Armenian, so I'm going to miss Max. I'm going to miss Jacques. I'm going to miss you.
Steven.
Miss all of our friends here, Mary. It's going to be a really hard transition, but I think we can do it.
Okay,
And maybe somewhere else, someday,
project.
in some country, we can have another project on the radio and not make a mistake. Like, it was just such a big mistake to have that episode about the noses.
About the nose, so
the noses are
offensive,
just
so offensive. I'd never think.
I
Who
had
could
a bad
think?
feeling about it. Yeah, well, someday.
Stephen, do you know that we have a message from Belgium? Gohar, our
from
good
Belgium?
friend, yes, our dear and faithful listener, she sent us a message
Which says,
hello to everyone, and she wants to dedicate a song by Guns N' Roses to Ani.
To Ani?
Yes.
Great idea, Gohar. Thank you for
Hey, Gohar.
doing the thing that someone should do every single day. Is this maybe her? Do you think she's calling us right now?
Maybe.
We
Who
have a
knows?
caller. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Excuse me, I'm calling in to just order a song. Is it possible?
It is possible. You have to get in line though, because we have one order from Gohar in. Did you say Belgium?
Belgium.
In
yeah.
Belgium, and she wants to
Brussels.
listen to.
Go ahead.
She wants to listen to Guns N' Roses, but right after
Paradise
that,
City.
we can listen to whatever song you would like. What song would you like to listen to?
Hi. So, actually, first of all, I want to tell you how much I really appreciate your program.
Oh, thank you. And what's your name?
It's too bad
sorry.
it's our last day.
You will, because, I'm pretty sure there's a big amount of Americans living in Yerevan, and it's a really fantastic idea to have a radio station that has an American English-speaking, program. Anyways, if possible, I would like to order the song Tyrone by Erykah Badu.
Okay. We will.
And if you can play the extended version, I would love that
The
right
extended
now.
version. Yes, we'll see if we have
And
it.
excuse me, what is your name?
My name is Lily. It's nice to meet you.
Lily,
Nice to talk
it's
to
so
you.
nice to
Say
hear you
hi.
tonight. Lily, thanks for calling so much. And unfortunately, this is our last show.
Yeah,
this is a pity.
Thanks
so
for letting us know how.
So we have so many callers
because on
tonight, and this
Wednesday-
is the evidence that we had so many listeners.
Well, I
Steven.
just hope that the president is still listening, because then, the president would be able to see that there is a purpose for us to be on the air, and that there are people listening, and are people who are not just upset about the nose episode.
Lily, what are you up to right now? What are you doing?
I'm actually standing outside of my car. I'm tuned into your radio station. I'm calling. I can hear myself on the phone, and I think I can hear myself on the backing as well. So,
Your
anyways,
English is so good. Are you calling from Yerevan?
I am. In fact, I'm right now in Yerevan, but I'm going to go back soon to the U.S. So I just wanted to, listen to a song that I like, I prefer, and to just say thank you for the program that you have. Keep on doing what you're doing, and tell people not to vote for Trump, okay?
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for your
thanks
call.
for
And
calling.
we hope that you enjoy your evening, whoever you are with at the moment. I'm sure you're having a great time.
I'm at the moment with myself, but that shall be changed pretty
Okay.
soon. Have a good evening.
Have
You
a great
too.
evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Safe travels
Bye-bye.
back to the homeland, my homeland.
And we're listening to Guns
Guns
N'
N'
Roses.
Roses, and then right after that,
for Gohar and Annie right now. Hello to Belgium.
I am so happy that we had a caller today to request that song. That is a nice one. Oh.
Awesome lounging
Talk
mood
about
here.
nice vocals, a perfect song for a Friday night. Tyrone.
Steven,
Today is, yes.
today, can I kind of disturb your
Yes. My song?
lounge
Yeah, but it's
mood?
over now, so
Okay.
yeah, you can go ahead.
Did you know that in Ireland was a tradition to entrust the victim of April Fools with an important letter
Okay.
to be given to a named person. That person would then ask the victim to take it to someone else, and so on. The letter, when finally opened, contained the words, "Send the fool further."
So,
That's
so it's
cruel.
a joke on delivery men?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, the simplest way to solve that problem is to just hire, like, a courier. Yeah, and so you hire that poor courier, then he hires another one, and then, it's like a joke on postal. Hey, have you ever heard this word postal? Like,
The phrase?
like he's gone postal? Or like, man, he just went postal on us. Have you ever heard that?
Does that mean that he went crazy or something?
Yeah, irrationally violent.
Insane.
It's when a person becomes irrationally violent.
I think
it
that
actually-
comes from this tradition.
Yeah, it probably comes from this tradition of people just going insane from delivering this note for no reason.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And in Italy, France, Belgium, and French-speaking areas of Switzerland and Canada, April tradition is often known as April Fish. April Fish.
April Fish?
Yeah. This includes...
Happy April Fish.
Thank
Happy
you.
April 5th.
There isn't even a sound that I can make because there is no sound.
I think you could get it mixed up with the 5th. And people would be like, wait a second, isn't it the 1st? April Fish!
This includes attempting to attack a paper fish to the victim's back. Attach.
What?
Yeah, attach.
Yeah.
Without being noticed.
Oh.
Such fish feature prominently
pretty
on
nice
many
one.
late 19th to early 20th century French April Fool's Day postcards, even. Since we had a caller from Belgium,
Yeah.
I think we had to mention
So
this thing.
there was also a Swiss publication at one point where they said that the Swiss mountains are so beautiful and so pristine because there's a
this
team
is a funny one.
of there's an association of mountain cleaners who go around the mountains, and their job every day is to wipe all of the stones clean, because birds make droppings on the stones, and if they leave the droppings there, they would create cavities in the stones, and eventually the mountains would be washed away by the weather. And can you imagine?
So
Like, that is
funny
such a
that people
funny. From
believed
the
in
time
this
when they
kind
start
of
talking
stuff.
about poo, it's so weird and funny, and you think there's no way that could be true, especially on April 1st. But there were,
But-
can you imagine, 30,000 people who went online and they filled out an application,
No
it
way.
was like an online test to see if they were cut out for mountain cleaning as a job.
You must be kidding me.
Yeah, no, that's what I read about that today.
But I got
Unless that's an
something.
April Fool's joke, the fact that happened. But I don't think so.
No, I don't think so because it was like registered
Yeah.
case. April
This
Fool's
is a
joke.
registered case
This
of
is the
crime
registered.
on April Fool's Day.
You know, but I got something to tell you, which is not actually a joke, Stephen.
Okay, tell me.
Tonight we had a story about Mosaic
We
Sky
did.
restaurant visit.
Yes,
that
because
our
we have an
boss
official
had.
Yes,
official
and what is the story?
sponsor.
Tell me,
The
what did she
story,
tell
yeah,
you? Because she
because
told
the-
me just fantastic
Yeah,
things.
Shoshanik told fantastic things, and especially I would like to mention the dessert because that was something that really impressed me.
Mm-hmm.
She said that that dessert was like full of really exotic fruits, like a plate. with-
Yeah, I saw that picture.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She showed us the picture, and they had this coconut mousse along with the
Oh
fruits.
yes, it was a coconut
And the
mousse.
coconut crunches.
Uh,
And so you dip the
fruit.
piece of fruit into this
the
yogurt,
coconut
and then the
souffle.
coconut, and then you put it
And then
into your
into the
mouth.
coconut flakes.
Yeah,
And then you put it in your mouth,
yeah.
and you go crazy
And you
from
go crazy.
the taste. So if anyone would like to
kinda jealous.
go
I wanna
crazy,
try that
and they're
next time
our
we-
listeners, you just have to rush to the 17th floor of Elite Plaza at
On
15
Horenatsi.
Horenatsi, and you most likely will go insane from the tastes that you experience and the height. The height is it adds a very specific flavor to the food.
Yeah,
I know this because I'm from Colorado and everything is very high there.
and we're from Armenia, so we know that
Right, so
too.
you know about mountains too. Yeah, it has a different flavor when you're up high. Now we're gonna listen
especially
to
with the views of Ararat and Aragats at the same time.
and you
Ah.
it just gets better all the time. So rush to the 17th floor of Elite Plaza to Mosaic Sky Restaurant, where you can have an experience of a lifetime. For now, we're going to listen to Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I'm Yours by Blue.
Signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours.
Radio One, official show sponsor of.
American in Yerevan.
Hey, Ina, have you ever had a dessert cocktail that you ate with a spoon?
No.
Have you ever tried duck breast with picante mashed potatoes, grilled vegetables, and cherry sauce?
No, Steven.
What about sipping wines from across the globe on the 17th floor with a view of both Aragats and Ararat?
No, what is this all about?
We need to go to Mosaic. Mosaic Sky Restaurant, a fusion of views, world cuisine, innovative cocktails, wine pairing, and most importantly, a unique experience.
Mosaic Sky Restaurant on the 17th floor of Elite Plaza at 15 Horenatsi.
Mosaic Sky Restaurant.
There's a first time for everything.
Radio One.
English?
English.
No, English?
English. English-speaking show, American in Yerevan.
Yes, it's true. This is an English-speaking show, American in Yerevan on 103.0 Radio Van, but today is our last day, which happens to be on April Fool's Day, the 1st of April. We made it, I think about 6 months?
It's kind of a bad joke
It is.
that
it's
life
like a
is
bad
playing
joke.
with us.
Yeah, life plays so many tricky jokes on you, and this just happens to be one of them. To catch anyone up who is new to this information, on Wednesday we had an episode about the Armenian nose and why it is so big. And there were some people in the high offices of government who were dissatisfied, I would say, with the fact that we did this. So they're closing our show. Today's our last episode. Thank you for all of the callers that we had. We had the president call,
The Queen.
the Queen, and we had, what was her name? I can't remember her name, but a friend, someone who lives in the United States and is leaving very soon, took the time out of her
Lily.
schedule. Lily, yes, Lily.
And also we had a message from Belgium with a song request.
Yes, it was such an active day. So
And we had so many people who were just kept calling and writing us and asking why
is it being closed? And well, that's the answer. We made one mistake, and sometimes when you make a mistake, you have to answer for it. Do you have
To
any
the
parting
fullest.
words?
I
Do you have
just,
anything you'd like to
I would
say
just
about
like to
before we
remind
close
that
the
we
show?
still have a page that we're not gonna close, and you can always like, and it would be just a reminder that for us that
Like a keepsake.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
would be
you
nice
liked our
keepsake.
show, and maybe if we gain a lot of likes, maybe they will recover it and they will find out that this show is really
That it's
needed.
very,
so
very much needed.
yeah,
yes.
so and Radiovan, would like to remind that Radiovan has an application that you can always download on your smartphones and listen to us anywhere you go. 103.0 Radiovan.
Stick with us. We're here for another 2 minutes and 30 seconds listening to Whenever I Say Your Name by Sting
With Stephen M.K.
and Ina Oxner.
Whenever I say your name,